And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Well, you heard the woman. It is time for our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. Oh, I forgot. I'm so out of practice. Thank you once again to the wonderful and ever so lovely Miss Button for introducing our favorite portion of the show. You guessed it, the choices of the voices. And you know what? Hunter enjoyed hanging around so much during the last segment. We said, come on down, Hunter, and he's going to hang out with us during this portion of the show, the choices of the voices. We ask the questions, the listeners give us answers, and we have good, clean fun. And with that being said, Scotty D, what's the question for this week's choices of the voices?
All right, so it's been a couple weeks since we asked this, so we gave you plenty of time to think about it. But the question of the week was, what traditions from other football teams, college or pro, really gets under your skin? What do you find really annoying that other teams, fan bases or home stadiums, whatever, other traditions from other football teams that they do that gets under your skin? There's a lot of stuff that bothers me, Eddie Cool, but we had some really good answers here from our fans out on our Facebook page.
Yep, the voices, they always come through like they usually do. All right, so here we go. We got Katie Small. She says, I can't stand the Florida Gator chop arm move that they do. She says she cannot stand it.
That's a good one.
Yep, she says.
They didn't get to do that much of that this past week. Just saying. Whoopsie.
Yep, none of that. Yeah, won't be no chopping this week. All right, moving right along. We got a friend to the show, JR Speaks. He says Rocky Top, whatever that song is, the Clem Sucks fight song, and the cannons for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he gave us a trifecta.
If you allow me to go ahead and take this one, if you could, because
Hunter, watch this. Watch this.
There's plenty of reasons. Watch this. Because this is personal. Rocky Top, Tennessee. The reason why he hates that is because this is quite a few years ago, because I'm a diehard Clemson fan, and my best friend, my brother JR Speaks, he is a diehard South Carolina Gamecock fan. It just so happened that Clemson had already done its job during this Saturday, and the featured game was the Gamecocks versus the Tennessee Volunteers. And I decided, you know what, this would be a perfect time for me to cheer for Tennessee. And sure enough, every time that Tennessee scored, to the top of my lungs, and good old Buffalo Wild Wings in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, good old Rocky Top, Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, I had a few drinks in me, feeling good, to the point of where JR hated me at this point in time. My good friend Amanda is throwing ketchup bottles at me. Oh, yeah, I pissed off the entire fan base that day. So this one is personal, and I very much love it. And of
course, a surprise that you really love. What a surprise.
And of course, he doesn't like the Clemson the fight chant. The cadence count as you would, because every time Clemson scores, has to stop on defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. CLMSONTIGERS. Fight takers, fight, fight. Woo! So yeah,
you just gave me one.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
you just gave
I have no problem with that. I was all the way in Pittsburgh, outnumbered 800-1, and I'm still chanting because that's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
And now I also hate that chant.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but it is what it is. That's what. Hey, I have no problem with that. Bring on the hate. I don't know what he has against the Bucks and the Cannon or whatever. JR is just weird, but that's okay. But I just want to make sure that it is known the reason why JR hates those two particular situations. You're very welcome. Yes, sir.
All right, moving right along. We got Mark Olds. He says, I can't stand the tomahawk chop. Okay, now the tomahawk chop, that's either Florida State or Atlanta, and he didn't specify. So either way, he hates the damn tomahawk chop. All right.
Oh, he definitely meant Florida State. Nobody can hate Atlanta.
Yep. I was thinking
it. Mind your business, Scott. But here's the one thing. I know why Scott may not like it right now, because they do play it a lot during Atlanta home games. But Florida State, what makes it more obnoxious is because college football has, when it comes to marching bands, there's certain parts where they literally tell the marching band to play this as loud as you possibly can. And you hear the trumpets blaring during the Tomahawk Chomp when Florida State plays. And thank God Florida State has not been good for a very long time. Clemson just put up their 6th straight victory against Florida State. I love it. I want some more of it. So Marco,
we got them. We got them on Saturday.
Here we go with this who is we stuff.
We beat them.
Your team lost to Miami, the U. This week. We beat nobody. We
beat Florida State.
No, you lost to Miami. You lost to a Florida team. My team beat a Florida team. Get it together.
Let's read the next answer. Pretty cool. Let's read.
Hunter, now's the point of the show where I try to get the train back on the track, or as we call it, Amtracking the show, and I'll do that right now, all right? Doug Hegan, he said Clemson spelling bee chant is the worst. It's not even close. CLEMSON, fight, Tiger, whatever you said, fighting. That's what he said. That's what Doug said, right?
I get it.
Let you know I'm not making this up.
It is a cadence count because Clemson used to be a military school. So this actually used to be when something they would do. It was a marching cadence. And it actually is completely different than what it was when it first originated. It used to be like if you were marching, if you can imagine a military formation, that's how it actually used to sound. Like everywhere we go, that's how it actually sounded. It was a Jody call. But that's a little history for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just want to throw that out there. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'll tell you, you know why else he really hates it? He's a Ohio State fan.
Oh, they don't get boy. You know what? Let's bring it back. We're gonna get through. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get there.
Let's progress through it.
We'll get there very, very shortly. All right. Matty Ice Martin Tracy, he says, off the top of my head, the striped shirt Duke jumping up and down like Pistons, like jumping up like Pistons, the Fanatics, the Cameron Crazies. Kind of makes it extra easy to root against. So the Cameron Crazies with the blue and white striped shirt jumping up and down, making noise and stuff. Yeah. And so he can't stand.
He jumped ahead to basketball season, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good though. Penalty box.
Oh no, Cameron and that's what I say. Was it geared towards football or was it you specify football?
Yeah,
you did specify football. So yeah,
That's okay.
Box.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. No, it is not. We do not allow things like that.
You gotta listen.
Just like his favorite team in professional football, his owner is in the permanent penalty box. Martin Tracy, you close to being permanently in the penalty box. You keep coming up with mess like this. We get it, but it's all right. Just want to let you know. It's all right. It's all right. I'm keeping track.
All right, moving right along. Brian Early, he says, definitely West Virginia fans shaking their keys on first downs. I had no idea that they shook their keys on first down. You learn something new every day.
I just heard about that too. I heard there were other fan bases that did that too, but that was a new one on me. I had not heard that, but I looked it up and they do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. On the other side of the coin, Adam Colvin, he says the best tradition is country roads after West Virginia win. Things you hate, things you love. Anyways.
Penalty box. You read. I don't care. Read the question. I don't understand. You thought this was an opportunity for you to come in and brag about your Mountaineers, and this is the opportunity where we look at the West Virginia Education Board and be like, you can't read, can you? 3. All right, cool. Moving on.
I do like that song, though.
Take me home to a place where I marry my sister.
Wow. Now, see, this is where Eddie needs to jump in and edit it.
We hit a railroad there, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. A little speed bump.
I might just let that go. And West Virginia, we love you. I promise.
I'll just play it.
Yeah, I had to hit the button there.
Yeah, all 3 listeners in West Virginia, we love you. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Promise. All right, so here we go. We got Paul Odom. He says he can't stand who dat and who they.
Yep.
Now.
Yep.
That
absolutely. Now, this is coming from a Saints fan. I am a Saints fan. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Yep. They won Sunday against the Bucks, by the way. Anyway, they've been doing that.
Saints, right?
Yeah, who that's the Saints, who days Bengals, but they've been having some sort of competition since the 70s. I don't know which one was first. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm getting tired of. It seems like who day is almost like a knockoff. If I'm being honest. I've seen the chants in the locker room, seen all that, and I see the who dat in New Orleans, and it feels different because I've been to New Orleans, been to Cincinnati, been to both stadiums. It feels different in both stadiums. So
Yeah, I heard that when they won against the Bucks, and that who that say they gonna beat them ain'ts and who that and what that and where that who what I said, oh God.
I think they were doing that when I was a kid in the 70s, that who dat stuff. That's been a long standing tradition.
I was about to say when you were a kid, yeah, that's a long.
Okay.
Moving right along.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Would you rather me pick
this
on
is
you?
the Sports Bros podcast.
Hey, I've been doing good. Wouldn't you rather me pick on you, Scotty D, as opposed to picking on Uncle Max? You know what I'm saying? He is our Hall of Famer. I'm trying to treat him better. So I figured
I'm sure you'll get to him sooner or later.
No, I'm not. I'm see, even just now I feel bad because I brought him up when we were talking about age. See, you did that. This is your fault, Scott. I tried.
There's a couple more on the list here, Eddie. Let's read these other ones.
Yep. All right, so here we go. The last one I got, if you find another one, Scotty, let me know. All right, we got the Queen, Lisa Caputo, and she says, B-Live, you don't like this one, the Ohio State. I don't want to write an essay again, but you can believe that. But can you believe the arrogance of Ohio State? They actually applied for the trademark of the. How pretentious of them thinking that they can actually own the rights to the definitive article, the. Okay. So they're the Ohio State University because OSU could be confused with Oklahoma or Oregon. But they say it like they're superior to everyone. That's my answer. When they emphasize the in the Ohio State and everything they do. P.S. Go Blue. Lisa,
yeah, she's a Michigan fan.
She's a Michigan girl, so yeah, she.
Are you an Ohio State guy?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Oh God.
Nope, I'm actually not. I'm not going to tell you which college team I am a fan of because you guys will hate me. So let's just
no. There's no hate.
All right, let me put some backstory real quick. So, my mother was raised in Alabama, born in Alabama.
Roll Tide.
So, with that being said, I am an Alabama fan because I was raised, not because of a bandwagon. Since they've been demolishing every college team since forever.
Ever, yeah.
But I do respect Ohio State, and I will root for Ohio State anytime unless they're facing Alabama because I do not like Michigan whatsoever.
You're going to get more hate because you're an Ohio State fan than you would be an Alabama fan. Let me go ahead and put that out there immediately.
They'll leave you alone.
Alabama deserves everything that they have. They've been dominant. So it's really hard to hate on somebody that's been dominant. And this is an ode to our Hall of Famer, Uncle Max. He is a diehard Alabama fan as well. So he is very happy right now with your answer. Ohio State is exactly what Lisa said right then and there. That's exactly why people hate on Ohio State, especially yours truly. I have an entire video dedicated to when they try. How pompous, how arrogant can you be? Because not only is it they try to trademark it, every single one of their players, when they make it to the NFL, they have to emphasize they went to the hospital. So I'm going to I'm gonna try to send you a link to this is one of my previous Be Live What Happened Wednesday episodes, and I went off when that happened. I said nope, nope, you will not get by with this at all. and on top of that, Urban Meyer can because he's going to ruin my quarterback Trevor Lawrence's pro career, but that's So yeah, as you can see, I have a quite disdain for Ohio State. They finally won a game against Clemson. They're now 1-4 against Clemson all time. They finally won one. Congratulations! And still,
for Christ's sakes, all road leads to Dabo. We know.
Tada, thank you for filling that in for me, sir. All roads, every day, all day, 129 episodes long. Yes, sir.
All right, with that being said, shout out to Katie, JR, Mark, Doug, Matty Ice, Brian, Adam, Paul, and the Queen herself, Lisa, for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. And with that being said, Scotty D, what annoys you the most?
Well, a lot. Pretty much everything on that list.
Here we go.
Pretty much everything on that list. I could actually do a whole show on this pretty much on my own. I could do a whole Scott's thoughts on this, but I'm going to narrow it down to two that kind of intersect. And I hate when teams cheer and they have to have two people or two groups do it together, like Tar, Heels.
Don't do that.
Cox.
Okay, I'll agree with that one.
IO. I hate all that. I hate all that stuff. And the spelling, the OHIO and the EAGLES Eagles. JETS Jets. I don't like the spelling. Okay. Clemson spelling. None.
He's stealing all mine. All mine's getting stolen.
I don't like any of it. But the OHIO is the most annoying because they don't know when to stop. Because as long as some a-hole decides to keep it going, somebody has to answer with IO. So eventually somebody has to yell, "Go Bucks!" And then they know, okay, well, we've had enough of that. It's highly annoying. And the tuba guy, dot in the eye. I'm not down with the tuba guy, dot in the eye at Ohio State either. He ain't doing that silly high stepping thing. Yeah. And I've had enough of the. I feel a lot better that I've gotten a lot off my chest.
Welcome.
How about you? How about you be live?
Welcome to the Sports Bros podcast, where we offer therapy. If it's on your chest, we got a platform for you to get it off your chest. Go ahead, be live.
Well, Scotty D, you're in dangerous territory right there because you mentioned certain things that my teams do. Because when it comes to my beloved Carolina Panthers, we do have that keep pounding, and that's terrible. We don't need none of that.
That's terrible.
We don't need your opinion on that.
That's new. Course, that's new. They didn't do that from the beginning.
Sam Mills, that came from Sam Mills. I'll give you a history lesson one day.
No, I don't want it. Just stop doing it.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen ever. Not gonna happen.
How about them Cowboys?
That's that. Ooh, I almost cussed for real. I almost cussed for real right there. There goes that monkey. There goes that cow manure right there.
How about them Cowboys?
Let me get into mine because of course Ohio State. I already mentioned that. Yeah. But Pete Talansky, terrible Pete. We are there. We know you're not. But I want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Penn State. We are Penn State. Yeah, another one.
But number 2 on my list, literally all happened the weekend prior. Because I don't think the Pittsburgh Panthers have anything that's original. I don't think they have anything that's original. Between them with their fake terrible towels that they be throwing around. On top of that, I get it's in Pittsburgh, whatever. But Sweet Caroline? What?
Let's go Pitt.
No, stop.
I told you Neil Diamond went to Pitt.
No, he did not. He went to school in Brooklyn. Cut it out. Anyway, but that's number 2. That's number 2. But that, oh boy, what I was. Scott has video footage of my disdain for that. That just happened 2 weeks ago. But my number 1, and I did a little research on this because I hadn't heard it in a while. It's been quite a while since I've heard this annoyance in my life. And now after doing some research, I understand why. Because when something is so annoying that your own conference puts limits on it. This is an archive from ESPN, from the Associated Press, dated November 2nd, 2006, where the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, puts limits on rooster crowing at South Carolina. Oh my effing Jesus Christ of Nazareth of Latter-day Saints. Double Rock on the side of the road, Missionary Baptist Church of God in Christ. If that rooster crow was the most annoying mess I've ever heard in my life, this story was from 15 years ago. I didn't even notice that it's been quite a while since I've heard it, because not only has it been that long that they put a limit on it, the Gamecocks haven't won much of anything since 2013, and then before that and everything.
Wow.
And let's go ahead and take a picture of Eddie Cool with the Saint face right now, because I said what I said. But you knew this was coming. As soon as he asked the question last week, 2 weeks ago, you knew this was coming.
I knew it. I knew it. I was ready for it.
That rooster crow is by far the most annoying thing I've ever. And I didn't even know your own conference. Your conference limited because they were annoyed by it. If that don't take the cake, that's how insignificant the SEC thinks of the Gamecocks, because there's a lot of annoying things. Yeah. And they would do it on third down, second down, rally time, halftime, fourth quarter. This time, you wanted to choke the heck out of that chicken. And any grown man that feels good about yelling "Go Cox," that just ain't sitting well with me ever. I said what I said, JR. I said it. Eddie Cool, you looking at me face to face via Zoom. I said what I said, and I don't back down. And I just keep.
Okay,
here we go. Oh, here we go. All right.
Since we're doing this, okay. Well, since we're doing this, I kind of had a list, but damn the list. All right. Clemson, I can't stand it. I don't like the color orange. I don't own nothing orange in my closet. Somebody gave it to me, and I had got to convince myself this has to be peach. This is not orange. This has to be peach. You know what? I only drink orange juice because it's healthy for me. Okay, I like the Clementine oranges because they're good, they're small, and they're tasty. I can't stand to see them come rolling down the hill. I hope they fall, trip, and hurt each other, and you're rubbing a rock. What are you rubbing a rock for? This ain't the show.
Don't you do that.
I'm going to do it. If you're going to go for my chicken, I'm going to go with your rock. The gloves are off. Sucker, it's going down like fall.
Talk about Howard's rock. You blasphemous. Oh.
Well, tell Howard to take the rock and put it on the doggone field.
No.
On the 50-yard line.
It's only the most electrifying 25 seconds in all of college football. Talk about it. Brent Musburger said it.
Well, guess what? He not doing commentary no more, okay? So there's number 1, 2, and 5 on my list. All right. While we're in the SEC, that damn cowbell at Mississippi State. What in the hell does a bulldog and a cowbell have in common? You know what? In 2010, they said, you know what? We gonna need you to calm down on that. If they gonna pick on my soccer and Gamecocks about the chickens, then we gonna get them little silly bulldogs about that cowbell. That tick, 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 tick. More cowbell? No more cowbell. We don't want no more. We don't want nothing else to do with it. And then when Tennessee went, Rocky Top. I'm sick of that too.
I hate Rocky Top. I'm with you.
It's been a good time to play that Saturday night clip. Need more cowbell.
Home sweet home to me.
Yeah.
Need a little more cowbell.
Yeah.
But Hunter, I'm gonna do you one
We
solid.
don't need no more cowbell. No more.
Just because I like poking fun before we get to you, Hunter, because I like poking fun. Do you know that the South Carolina Gamecocks this year alone, not only did they put up banners on their outside stadium that don't even match their colors. You had one job. Their banners didn't even match the actual colors of Garnet. Who does that? And not only do they do that, they also erect $1 million bronze statue of a rooster that has no spurs. They don't even have calls. It's $1 million statue. And then one of their literal hashtags is Spurs Up. And they put $1 million statue in front of the stadium that doesn't have any spurs. You gotta love Coop Logic. That's a hashtag.
That's okay.
Logic. You gotta love it.
That's okay. When I go home, I just go down there and just super glue some spurs to the back of the chicken. That's all. It's that simple. Simple fix. All right, Hunter. What traditions annoys you the most between college and the pros?
Well, I was scratching my head about it for a minute because Scotty D took almost all of them in regards to spelling, I'm going to be honest. But at the end of it, he said, how about them Cowboys? And that got me thinking. I'm going to have to go with that because, with the NFL, Cowboys are leading 3-0. You hear Cowboys fans saying, how about them Cowboys? Leading 6-0 with a quarterback. You can pass very well, but that defense doesn't hold anything up outside of Diggs. How about them Cowboys? And then there's
Who invited you? Who invited you to the show?
Wait. Scotty, are you familiar with Scooter? on Facebook, Scooter?
Scooter Magruder.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think he's actually hilarious, but
He is very funny.
If he doesn't embody every Cowboys fan, I don't know who does. And
He does. He's good.
And yeah, when I don't know, I know a couple of Cowboys fans where they'll text me when they're winning just because they know that I'm not the huge fan of the Cowboys. If I'm being honest, I do like Dak. I want to make that clear. I do like Dak. I do like. I make that clear. I like Dak.
We got this one guy. He cannot stand Dak Prescott. But go ahead, Hunter. Go ahead.
I don't mind him. I really don't mind him. I think he's a great quarterback. But when you guys are winning 6-0 and there's 42 minutes left, how about them Cowboys? I don't necessarily. Yeah, but you know what? That I wouldn't have said that if you took all the spelling ones away, because the first one I was going to say was the Jets, and then I was going to go, oh, maybe who dat, but someone else took that as well. But yeah, that was mine. So if you guys want to talk about that, yeah,
fair enough.
Hunter,
I know the
you're
Cowboys
welcome back
fans
anytime.
We get carried away with that sometimes. That's been doing that since Jimmy Johnson was there a long time ago.
All right, Scotty D. With that being said, what's on tap for next week's Choices of the Voices?
Well, we're going to do a little NFL choose 'em on this one here. Twice this week, this season, that we've had a couple of the super young quarterbacks go head to head. So I'm going to give you a choice of which of these 4 young quarterbacks would you rather have? Justin Herbert, Mac Jones, Joe Burrow, or Trevor Lawrence? You get your pick of one of those 4. Now, don't go tell me, I want Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. I know there's other players out there. But of these 4, because we had head-to-head matchups with these guys this year, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, or Mac Jones. You're starting a team. You get to pick your guy. Who do you want? And Eddie Cool, that'll give us something to talk about next week.
All right. Hunter, you got anything you want to promote or push before you get up out of here?
Not at the moment. That podcast, Tribe Weekly Rewind 7 on Monday, 7 Eastern at KOS Plus Premium Podcast and Network. That is no longer happening as of right now. I'm hoping to do that next year. But if you want to listen to some of the archive shows, that will be there. But other than that, pretty silent as of right now. Thank you for that.
All right, no problem. Hunter, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Sports Bros Podcast. You, sir, are welcome back at any
Good to have you,
time.
Hunter.
Good to have you.
That was wonderful, man.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. It was very fun. Thank you.
All right, and that does it for this week's Choices of the Voices. See you next week.